As fall closes in and gardens begin to slow down, many gardeners make the mistake of thinking the work is over, but what happens underground in the coming months will determine how alive your soil will be next spring. The truth is, the best time to feed your soil is right before winter hits. And the secret ingredient isn't expensive compost or store-bought fertilizer. It's the kitchen waste most people throw away every day. When buried at the right time and in the right way, certain kitchen scraps transform into worm magnets, nutrient stores, and microbial powerhouses that, honestly, supercharge your garden for the next growing season. Winter soil doesn't rest, it digests. Even though plants die back in winter, your soil doesn't go dormant. Beneath the surface, microbial life and worms continue working slowly through the cold months, breaking down organic matter and preparing it for spring. What they need is a steady food source that decomposes gradually without rotting into a foul mess. This is where kitchen scraps become your greatest ally. When you bury the right scraps in late fall, you're not only preventing waste, you're preloading your soil's pantry for the next planting season. By spring, these buried materials turn into dark, crumbly humus that smells rich and earthy. Worms love the warmth and food they generate as they break down, and microbes multiply in the moist, insulated environment beneath the soil surface. So, let's talk about which kitchen scraps are actually the best for your soil. Not all waste is created equal, and choosing the right materials can make a huge difference. You want to focus on plant-based scraps like vegetable peels, fruit cores, coffee grounds, and eggshells. Avoid anything oily, greasy, or containing meat and dairy since those can attract pests and create unpleasant odors. By sticking with the right ingredients, you'll set your soil, and your future crops, up for success come spring. Not all kitchen waste belongs in the ground. The key is knowing what to bury and what to keep out. The best winter scraps are high in moisture but low in oil and salt. Things like fruit peels, vegetable ends, coffee grounds, tea leaves, stale bread, and crushed eggshells break down slowly and safely. Each brings something unique to the soil. Banana peels add potassium, coffee grounds add nitrogen, eggshells add calcium, and fruit scraps add natural sugars that boost microbial life. Avoid burying cooked food, meat, dairy, and anything oily or salty. These attract pests and slow decomposition, especially in cool weather. A good rule of thumb is this: if it would rot naturally without stinking up your compost bin, it's safe to bury in soil. Worms love buried scraps because of how they decompose. Worms don't eat scraps directly, they eat the microbes that break them down. That means buried scraps that ferment slowly under soil are exactly what worms thrive on. As the scraps decompose, they heat up slightly and create a moist pocket of life that draws worms from surrounding areas. This small zone becomes a micro-habitat of fertility, warm enough to keep worms active even through mild winter spells. Alright, let's talk about how to properly bury your kitchen waste in the garden. Doing this the right way not only keeps your garden neat, but also helps turn those scraps into valuable nutrients for your soil. So, you want to make sure you're using the right technique for the best results. Burying kitchen waste the right way makes all the difference. Depth and placement really matter. For winter feeding, you'll want to dig trenches or pockets about 8 to 10 inches deep. If you go any shallower, the scraps might freeze, and if you go deeper, worms may not be able to access them efficiently. Lay the scraps in a thin layer, about 2 inches thick, then cover them with at least 4 inches of soil. This helps prevent odors, insulates the material, and locks in moisture. If your garden bed is already planted with fall crops, go ahead and dig between the rows or around the edges. But if it's bare, just pick one corner of the bed and create a feeding station. In larger beds, it's a good idea to rotate burial spots every few weeks, so by spring, the whole soil area has received fresh organic inputs. And for raised beds, trench feeding in the corners usually works best, since decomposition gases can vent easily. If your soil is heavy clay, mix a few handfuls of shredded cardboard or dry leaves into the scraps before burial. This adds structure and improves airflow, preventing compaction while creating a better environment for worms and microbes. When you're dealing with colder climates, decomposition can slow down quite a bit, so it's helpful to use a few tricks to keep things moving. Try burying your food scraps a little deeper, where the soil stays just a bit warmer. You can also cover the spot with a thick layer of mulch or straw to help insulate the soil and hold in heat. Honestly, even something as simple as chopping scraps into smaller pieces before burying can make a big difference in how quickly they break down during those chilly months. Certain scraps work especially well in cold conditions. In cooler climates, some materials stand out for their ability to keep decomposition active even in cold soil. Cabbage leaves, apple cores, banana peels, and pumpkin guts are particularly good because they hold moisture and break down slowly. Coffee grounds act like a natural microbial starter. They heat up slightly as they decompose and help kickstart the breakdown of other scraps. Now, adding small amounts of molasses or even just a spoonful of compost tea to the trench before you cover it up can really boost those microbial populations. These microbes, they generate a bit of mild heat and keep working even during short freezes. So, for gardeners dealing with those hard winters, this simple trick can actually keep worm life going longer than you might expect. A single bucket of scraps can honestly change your soil by spring. For example, one 5-gallon bucket of mixed kitchen scraps buried in the fall will enrich about 15 to 20 square feet of soil by springtime. By then, the scraps will have fully broken down into humus and worm castings, releasing nutrients like nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus right when your spring seedlings are starting to root. If you repeat this once every few weeks throughout fall, by winter your garden bed will be loaded with organic matter just below the frost line. This slow-release nutrition works better than fast-acting fertilizers because it rebuilds soil structure and microbial life at the same time. The result? Your spring crops will have richer, darker soil that holds moisture better, drains more evenly, and needs fewer amendments. It's one of the simplest, most cost-effective ways to build living soil. No turning, no composting piles, no special tools, just bury and forget. Feeding the soil now guarantees stronger gardens next year. The best gardeners don't wait for spring, they prepare their soil months in advance. Burying kitchen scraps before winter is one of those old-fashioned quiet tricks that builds fertility over time. It's nature's slow cooker, low effort, no smell, and by the time you dig in next season, the transformation will be complete. This winter, don't throw your scraps away, feed them to the ground. Your soil will stay alive, your worms will stay active, and when the thaw comes, your garden will explode with growth. If this guide helped you understand how simple kitchen waste can turn into next season's fertilizer, subscribe to Hydrohaven and share this video with other gardeners. Together, we can rebuild our soils naturally, one buried banana peel at a time. This winter, don't throw your scraps away. Feed them to the ground, your soil will stay alive, your worms will stay active, and when the thaw comes, your garden will explode with growth. If this guide helped you understand how simple kitchen waste can turn into next season's fertilizer, subscribe to Hydrohaven and share this video with other gardeners. Together, we can rebuild our soils naturally, one buried banana peel at a time.